Hey, hey, hey. All right, we're trying this again. Take two. Let's see if I can get Michelle on this way. My name is Lisa with LisaEmery.com, and you are joining Marketing Monday. All right, there's Michelle. It's not telling me that I can. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think it's adding you, Michelle. There she is. I hear it. Oh, there she is.
Hey.
Okay, yay.
I don't know what happened. I was on my phone. So.
I know, and I don't know. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So I switched to my iPad and that works. So that's awesome. All right, so hopefully we're going to get the viewers over that we had. People are starting to pop on. All right, so as you're popping on here, go ahead and tell us where it is you're watching from. This is Marketing Monday, #WomenWinning, and I'm super excited tonight because we have a millennial in the house, and I'm not a millennial, my kids are. So I know that millennials, they think differently. You have to talk to them differently, and I think they even kind of hang out in different places. So I'm super excited to get Michelle's point of view, on how to talk to them. So if any of you are, first of all, if you're a millennial, drop a 1 in the comments so we know if we have millennials on here with us. And then Michelle, go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Michelle here, and I am 27 years old. A millennial is basically somebody that is born, that right now is currently like 21 to 35. So if you're between those ages, then you're definitely a millennial. But I graduated from USC in, Southern California. I'm from LA, and I was born in Indonesia, but I grew up here in California, so I'm a Cali girl. So when it gets cold, I'm always putting coats on. But so I've been in network marketing for about 4 years in the health and wellness industry, and I'm absolutely loving it. Now I just travel, and I quit my job back in November, so it's been absolutely like an amazing ride.
Yeah, and you like travel everywhere. It's fun watching. Like you were in Japan recently, right?
I was in Japan a couple weeks ago, and it was my first time, and it was awesome.
That is great. All right. So so tell us a little bit more about millennials, because is that your target market when you're with your business? Is that who you're focusing on?
Yeah,
Pretty much millennials.
millennials.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically my avatar, right?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. So tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit more, because I always tell people that right, when you're focused on your avatar or your ideal prospect, your target market, whatever you want to call it, that you need to be really focused. You need to be well aware of what their pains and struggles are, or their wants and desires. So can you give us some examples of what they're looking for?
Okay, definitely. Millennials, if you think about it, a lot of them have just graduated, or they've been in the work industry for a while, and right now they're kind of just sick of it. They're sick that they're not able to use their degree and get a higher paying job. It's not really what they were taught when they were younger. Go to school, get a great job, and then you'll have lots of money. And millennials, we think that we know it all, so we'll do that, what we've always known, the traditional way of making money. And now people are like, you can't do that anymore. That just doesn't work for everybody. And so a lot of millennials, they want to be able to travel more. They want flexible hours. They want to work remotely at home, in their pajamas, because they want to feel comfortable. They want to have that flexibility that if they wanted to go hang out with their friends or just go grab lunch, they have the ability to do so. But also right now, because of Instagram is the Instagrammable generation, they want to be able to also like take pictures and show off to their friends. And, even though maybe, people travel around the world and it just seems like such a glamorous lifestyle, it's not really deep down. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's kind of, they're trying to, compensate for something within themselves, like trying to find who they are, figure out what they want to do in their life.
Okay, yeah, and that makes a lot of sense. So really, that makes this industry then really kind of perfect for them, huh? it kind of helps them
Exactly.
meet all those needs. So there you go. If you're looking to talk to some millennials, now you know what some of their struggles are and what some of their wants and desires are, and how you can position your opportunity, right, to solve those problems for them. But tell us a little bit about your business, you know, where you were. Have you been in the same company all along? I don't remember.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
It's my very first network marketing company.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's kind of cool because, and did you say 4 years? Is that all you said?
yeah, it'll be 4 years in August, actually.
Okay. Well, that's actually like you're a veteran, really, in this
I know,
industry.
I'm getting there.
Which is kind of funny to think about, huh? So, tell us a little bit about where you were in your business like a year to year and a half ago. I know that in this last year, since I've known you, you've gained a lot of clarity and a lot more focus on, you know, how to build your business, on what direction to take it. I love your tagline, I guess, your life hacks. So if you guys need to follow Michelle on Facebook. You have a business page. Go ahead, tell us what that is too, so people can follow your business page.
Sure. So my business page is, it's facebook.com/MLIOE. So it's just very simple, Michelle and then Liu. But yeah, I mean,
.com. Oops, sorry. And
sorry.
I was gonna.
Was,
Yeah.
there was like an echo, I think.
Yeah, sorry about that.
So yeah, in my business a couple years ago, I was struggling to build it. I've always wanted to use social media to build my business because for me it's like my bread and butter. Like I know how to post, I know I'm very techy, so I know how to do content creations, or if I don't know how to do it, I can figure it out. So for me, the past 2 years is really learning and honing the exact skills and strategy to really get focused on what I really need to do to build my business using social media. And so the two social medias that I use is Facebook and Instagram. And since I've been clear on everything, like you said, my business has grown drastically, and I'm doing revenge body challenges and Facebook groups. And I mean, it makes it so much more fun, because before I felt lonely, in network marketing or even in entrepreneurship, right? People feel lonely, but when you actually have like a team and a whole community that you built your world around, it just makes things so much more fun.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm trying to think of, maybe we'll get to that a little bit later, but so how, well, because you bring something different here tonight too. Besides being a millennial, you use Instagram. And you use it regularly and well. And so I know that there are viewers either that are on here live or that'll watch the replay later that are, want to know more about how to use Instagram. So I might have you, if you're comfortable with it, give us a couple tips on that. But first, let's talk about when and or how did everything change for you? How did you make this shift in your business? To feeling more comfortable on social media. I'm like, you were always comfortable on social media, but it was the building the business part, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was definitely, getting more training, understanding that you don't have to be a super salesman. You don't have to be a network marketer on Facebook. You want to be a professional still, but you want to also have fun and be yourself on it. So, for me, it was really understanding that I could just be a friend to everybody, but also bring that professional sense to it and tell them about my business and share my products in a different way. That really changed for me. And doing these, I've been an athlete all my life. I did 6 different sports, from gymnastics to like tennis. And so for me, doing these Facebook challenges and building a community around the health industry, it has really helped my business. It has bolstered my business to another level that I wasn't able to do, or I wasn't feeling comfortable doing regularly. Because when you post about your products on Facebook, it's so different than when you can show people like, hey, this is how my body changed, and if you want your body to change too, join me. And so that's what I did.
Yeah, and that's huge right there, you guys. Instead of focusing on the weight loss, yes, you can lose weight. It's about how you can make a person feel, right? The change you can bring in someone. That's a huge nugget there that she just dropped. So share with us something that you do. And I don't know what your schedule is like. So some people can work on their business every day. Not everybody can. So something that you do either every day or regularly throughout the week to keep your business growing and moving forward.
Oh, there's not just one specific thing, but there's like a few things that I like to do.
Yeah.
So I love listening to podcasts. I'm not really much of a reader. I kind of struggle to like sit down because I'm very energetic. I struggle to sit down and just focus reading.
Mm-hmm.
But recently, like the past few months, I have been reading 3 books at the same time, all different topics, but pertaining to my business. So I listen to podcasts. I'll make sure I schedule just like 10 minutes a day to read, just to read. Like I'll pick any book that I have going on, and then, you know, continue reading. Another thing that I love to do is I love going to networking events. And that's just for me as an extroverted person. I can't just stay home. I need to go out and meet people and connect, because that's where I get my energy, and I get like my, you know, my focus and just like everything. So
yeah. Networking events are huge. They're important, definitely. All right. How about you want to share some Instagram tips with us? Do you have some Instagram tips you could share with us?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. I kind of put her on the spot.
So with Instagram, especially with the millennials, if that's your target market, millennials, we love pretty beautiful pictures, and it has to be high quality pictures. We love, for example, like if you look on Facebook, probably the most liked pictures are like of dogs, people that are happy, couples, weddings, just like, you know, it's all entertainment stuff. So with Instagram, highly recommend your photos to be high quality. You want to use editing software. I know it's like, you're like, oh, I don't want to Photoshop myself too much, but really your pictures have to be beautiful to grab somebody's attention. Secondly, you want to post consistently. If you're not posting consistently, then people don't really think that you're in business, or they don't think that you're serious about it. So with Instagram, it's so simple to just post a picture, and you could post 2 to 3 times a day, depending on how fast you want to grow your business or your Instagram page. And you want to make sure that you have like a caption, or you do hashtags. So that's my third tip too, to do hashtags that are relevant to what you're doing. So for me, it's, you know, digital marketing, entrepreneurship, and traveling and health. Those are my main things. So depending on the picture, it'll have to be relevant to, you know, those categories, so that you can capture your target market at the same time.
Okay. And Sarah has a question here. She says, so about how many times per day do you recommend? I think you said
so,
like a few.
Yeah, like you could post either, like for me, I consistently post once a day, but sometimes, you know, I'm trying to grow it a little bit faster. So if you want to grow it faster, I highly recommend 2 to 3 times a day. Okay. So I hope that helps, Sarah.
And so do you actually post live, or do you use any kind of scheduling software or anything?
I actually just post live just because during those hours, like, so what's so great about, you know, the Facebook integration with Instagram is that you can connect your business page to it. So once your Instagram is a business page, you can see analytics and when the best times to post are. And for me, I just like to post live because I'm ready. I'm always ready at those specific times. So for me, it's like, it's 3 p.m., 6 p.m., and 9 p.m. And so this is Pacific Standard Time.
Right.
So if you're on West Coast, that's the time.
So if you're on East Coast, it's probably 3 hours later than that, chances are.
Yes.
But that's also a good tip right there to know that times. Okay. Yeah. And the business page, I forgot about that. Instagram brought on the business page a couple years ago, huh? So, yeah. And it has some cool features that you can use. So
it definitely does. And I mean, I think eventually when you get over like 10,000 followers, you can have like that swipe up feature. So it's so much easier for people to go to your website, or to send them to a landing page or a capture page, or, you know, to buy your products and stuff. So when you get to that, that's what you want to grow your Instagram like really fast so that you have that feature on your Instagram page.
Okay. All right. Here. And Pamela says, great guidance, Michelle. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
So good. And by the way, you guys, if you have any questions, go ahead and start putting them in the comments here. I think I have a couple more things I'm going to ask Michelle, but you guys pop your questions in there. And even if you are coming through and watching the replay, go ahead and put your questions in there and we'll come back by and answer them later. All right. So what advice do you have for someone who is struggling in their business right now? What would you say to someone?
I would tell them to post consistently. That, to me, that has really changed my business. I mean, on Facebook, the way you post is completely different than Instagram. Instagram, you can post once a day and it's totally fine. And you don't have to really, you don't have to really post like 2 to 3 times. You want to make sure it's really quality over quantity on Instagram. Facebook, you want to post the most is 3 times a day. Otherwise, engagement starts to diminish. So it's really different. It's totally different. So post consistently. You want to make sure when you post consistently, you also, eventually you'll notice you actually become more consistent in your life and other things as well. Like waking up at a specific time. Like that's what I noticed. That was my biggest change for me. Posting consistently, that means like, oh, I'm going to wake up consistently at 6 or 7 a.m. and go to the gym consistently. Like I love that routine. That's what I'm used to. And it has really helped me be more productive in my business as well.
Yeah, you're right. That does happen because you gotta show up at those specific times. So it does start changing your lives. Oh, look at all these nuggets she's dropping. So Billy asks, how do you get a business page on Instagram? So I'll let you answer that. Go ahead and address that, Michelle.
Okay. So at first I was having a couple problems with mine, but it should be simple if you already have a Facebook business page. You do have to have a Facebook business page for this to work. So you would just go on Instagram and there's like an edit, and under edit or settings, there should be like an option for business page or convert to business page or something. And it's really as simple as that. I can't remember the exact word for it, but it's very clear under settings.
It's in your settings though, yeah. So
it's definitely under settings.
Yeah. So what it's actually doing, Billy, too, in case we're not being really clear about that, it's taking your existing Instagram profile and converting it to a business profile. But to be able to do that, you also have to have your business page connected to it. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you could just select which Facebook fan page or even a personal page if you have. But I mean, if you wanted a business page, you want it to be your business Facebook page.
Right. Okay.
So.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And then it really doesn't change. It doesn't change much else about the way you use Instagram, right? It just gives you some extra analytics and stuff, right?
Yeah. And it also, like, let's say on your Facebook fan page, it'll say like public figure or actor or model or whatever. When you go on your Instagram, when you have finished transferring or integrating your Facebook business page to your Instagram, it'll also say like public figure or model or something. So you look very like credible, like, pretty cool.
You look professional, huh?
Yeah, you look really professional. So I really like that.
Yeah. Well, that's good. All right. So let's see. Do we have any other questions on here right now? I am not seeing any.
I don't know, but I think it's really important for people to understand, like, maybe you're not really a numbers person, but numbers are really easy for most people to understand, So I think that it's important for people to understand that with Instagram, once you have an Instagram business page, your analytics are just so important that way you can see, oh, people don't actually like pictures of my dog. Maybe my dog is ugly or something, but I mean, not saying that will happen, but you can see what your audience actually really likes seeing on your Instagram page, which will help you narrow down your posting and your content, which will really help you in the long run. So yeah, that's what I highly recommend.
Yeah, that is true, and that is important. What to focus on and what not to spend time on, right? So Pamela Abrams has a very tricky question.
Okay, I don't see it on my screen.
You don't see it? Okay, so she says,
No.
I have been considering journaling my truggle. Do you know what a truggle is? I don't know what a truggle is.
Troubles?
Truggle.
Does it struggle maybe?
I
Like
don't, maybe it's
S-U.
struggles. Maybe she left the
Yeah,
S
okay.
off. Okay. And the
There it is.
progressive journey to, can you see it?
Oh no, I don't even see it. Okay, sorry. Can you read
Okay.
it for me?
Yeah. So yeah, I think you're right. I think it's struggle. So I've been considering journaling my struggle and the progressive journey to success. Is this recommended? It is struggle. Okay. Or a set for failure. So here's the thing I can tell you. And are you, I'm not sure if the same is true on Instagram as it is on Facebook. We'll let Michelle address that. But I know that one thing, people love for you to be vulnerable. They love to see the real you. And so if you can be really vulnerable with it and, really address the struggle, people want to follow that and they can relate to that. And it makes you more relatable, and you can help. They will follow you on that journey, because we also love success stories, right? We love Cinderella stories. So yeah, same Instagram.
Yeah, it actually is. Even in different industries, like you think about like models, right? Just for example, just because it's so easy.
Yeah.
Models, like when you look at like supermodels, they generally post pictures of like professional pictures of themselves. But when you see like a picture of a selfie that they just took in their bathroom or like their dining room or something, when you actually get a peek into the backstage, like the back scenes, right? Then you're like, oh wow, this person is actually real. I feel like I know this person a little bit more. And you don't want to just see the finished product. You want to see how they got to that finished product, Yeah. Like what it took, like for example, for entrepreneurs, the hard work that they had to put in to make their first 5 figures or 6-figure income,
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to document everything. Instagram stories is an amazing way to document that because, so I mean, do you use Instagram stories, Lisa?
I really don't post on Instagram very much, but when I was doing it, I was using it. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I love Instagram stories because it's so perfect to like I was walking my dog earlier and I was posting that, and just people love to see what you're up to. Like people are just nosy. That's just human nature, right?
Yeah.
You just want to take advantage of nosy people because even though like they don't admit that they're nosy, you have stalkers on Instagram and Facebook, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
So
it's like reality TV, right? Why are there so many reality TV shows? Because obviously people love it. So.
Exactly. Like think about the Kardashians. Like look how popular they are now and where their career, like how their career ballooned and just, skyrocketed. Like people they just love to hate or they love to be jealous.
Yeah.
So you want to like make sure you monetize on that. You take advantage of people.
Yeah.
And just like human nature, that's just who we are.
Yeah.
So make sure you do that on your Instagram stories, but on your Instagram profile, make sure you take quality pictures of those things as well. Or, like boomerangs. I love boomerangs. They just pop, on your newsfeed. So.
Yeah, so go ahead and tell people, Boomerang, is that like another app that people, since you brought that up, kind of tell people how to get it, what to do, that kind of thing.
Yeah, okay, so Boomerang, if you're not familiar with Boomerang, it used to not be integrated with Instagram, but I think because of business purposes, now it's all integrated into one. So for your Instagram story, you can go from, it goes camera, like face or Instagram live, video, and then you can choose a boomerang. And so boomerang, basically what it is, it's just like a 3-second video and it'll just loop. So let's say like you're running forward, you press that button, it'll take 3 seconds of it, but it'll also play it backwards as well, and it'll loop it for maybe 3 or 4 times on your story, which is it just makes things like very animated and more fun because people are like, oh yeah, I can feel this person better. Like they say video is so much more convincing and more personable than just looking at somebody's pictures. And so that's what Boomerang does.
Well, and photos are photoshopped, right?
Yeah,
They're made to look
exactly.
pretty, but video is a little more real. Pamela, one of the reasons I'm doing this Monday Marketing Monday is because I think that for those of us that haven't reached that, multiple six figures yet, it's sometimes you look at those people and think, well, they're they just started that way, or they had a big team, or I mean, you don't see their struggle, so you don't think it's real, or you think that they had a lot of help or they didn't earn it. And it makes it so much easier to connect with people if you're following along on their journey, right? If you're seeing them go through the motions. And so that's why I could get 6 and 7 figure earners on here to do some of these interviews, but I wanted you to see real people that are figuring it out and let them share with you how they're figuring it out. And then we can watch them rise. We're going to watch Michelle become an Instagram superstar, which is going to be really cool.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm not seeing any more questions right now. Michelle, do you have any parting thoughts that you want to share with everyone?
I think that everyone should just have fun with it. I know it's business, and when you think of business, you're like, okay, this is formal suit. Don't be that like stiff salesman or stiff network marketer. You want to really be yourself because people connect with you. So bring your personality into your Instagram stories or your profile. Like, have fun with your captions. Like, if you need to, if you're angry, you had a bad day and you just want to cuss, just put your cuss word there. Like, it's totally fine. People love the real you. So don't try to edit that out like, your Instagram pictures, but you want to really show them the real you in your stories. So highly recommend doing that, and just be yourself and continue learning and growing and be happy along the way.
That's awesome. All right. So Pamela says she is so happy that she logged on time to see this. We're happy too.
I know. Thank you, Pamela. We loved your questions.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Michelle. I've been looking forward to this since I asked you, because I knew you would have lots of great stuff. It's just a whole different view, a different perspective on things, which has been amazing. Thanks for sharing that with us. And again, if you're hopping on here late or you're watching the replay and you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. Tag Michelle, tag myself. We'll come back by and we will answer them. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. And thank you, Michelle.
Thank you so much for having me. It was so fun.
Yeah, thanks. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Bye.